Hey guys, thanks for checking out the channel. Hit the like button if you like the video. Don't forget to subscribe. And also, remember to hit that bell for notifications for when we drop new videos. What is up, everybody? Welcome back! We are back. Boogeyman Radio here, David, and we have Sir Charles.
Other way.
This is different. This is a little backwards.
Opposite sides here.
So I better turn this way. So, like, it's almost like I'm looking at you.
It's not weird or anything.
No.
It's okay.
Go with
it. Yeah, exactly. How's everybody doing tonight? It's good to see everybody. I am so sorry about last week. I had come down with crazy severe allergies. So thankful it wasn't COVID. I actually got a test done just to make sure. Because I couldn't go to work otherwise. But went to the doctor. They just said, "Oh yeah, you just have really bad allergies." I'm like, "What? I don't have allergies. Never had them before in my life."
Well, now you do, sir.
Boom! It hits me like a freight train. So it was. Oh man. It was
awful.
I couldn't talk. So if you guys want to hear me talk like this, that's what the show would have sounded like. And it's not good for your vocals and stuff. So
would have sounded like Rocky's trainer, like giving me a pep talk and stuff.
Or just Rocky in general.
You damn bastards, get off my lawn.
So it's been a fight. I'm still not 100%. I've still got some stuff going on, but I'll push through it. I haven't been able to sing in like 2 weeks, which kind of sucks for me because I'm used to singing like every day pretty much.
All over the place.
Yeah, and it's just this allergy crap it's really killing my vocals, and I still got some pain in my throat, but I'm taking some meds for that. So, hopefully we'll get back to 100% eventually.
Back to ring a ding a ding.
Yeah, anyways, it's just I'm so over it, man. It's killing me. I'm tired of it. But anyways,
well, I'm glad you're here. Glad you're not dead. Glad
me too. I'm glad it's not COVID either. I mean, sometimes I feel like I wish it would rather been COVID because I know it'll be going away. Allergies, I'm kind of stuck with it for life. Like,
yep.
Now I have to take a daily allergy meds and got to be careful with certain things. And I'm ready for the freeze of the winter to kill everything off. I'm so ready. But
well, we're getting there.
Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to rush it along too far yet because I know everybody loves their nice weather. But this nice weather is killing us allergy people. Okay. Before I used to think, it's just allergies. It's fine. Yeah. It'll go away.
Your eyes get watery. Your nose gets a little itchy.
No big deal.
Whatever.
Except when you're laying on your bed and you're like, I can't breathe. My vocals are swollen shut. Like,
then we'll be investigating you once you suffocate.
Yeah, no kidding. That would be horrible, but funny at the same time.
Hey.
That would be really funny. But
I know how I'd capture your EVP. I know exactly what I'd do.
What would you do?
I'd reach over, grab this, and I'd play this.
A little out of tune, but yeah.
It's a lot out of tune. My daughter's been beating up my guitar.
So a funny little happenstance happened yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I was at my girlfriend's house, and
that is
out
funny.
Of nowhere, I know it's right. Out of nowhere, her mom starts singing "Tomorrow, Tomorrow," and I'm just like, wait a second. I don't hear this song for years, and I hear it twice in the same week.
Did she watch the stream?
No, she did not.
Hmm.
And I look at Jessica, and I'm like, what? What? She's like, oh, it's one of her favorite songs. And I'm like, so I asked her, I was like, how often do you sing this song? And she was like, well, not often, but I said the word tomorrow a little while ago, and it made me think of it. I'm like, still, that's kind of weird.
That's pretty weird.
Yeah. She's like, it's that or Unpossessed. I'm like, God.
Well,
because I explained to her, I was like, well, we use that song as a trigger song for the investigation. So,
yeah, maybe something came through your daughter's stuff, and
maybe
it went all Zach Baggins on you.
It was weird. It was so. Just in the moment, it just made me stop, and I'm like, wait, did I really just? I just heard that song twice in 1 week, and I haven't heard it in years.
It's an odd song to be singing
out of nowhere, but hey, but that's fine. It's fine. It's all good. I'm so happy.
Kelly. Hey, Kelly.
Messing with your head. Well, I guess we can fix that, can't we? Right?
Nope.
No. Oh, it's because I entered the chat room first. There we go.
I have the power.
What's up, Cassie?
Damn it! Now I got to turn back around this way.
You got to turn around. So, how are you adjusted to daylight savings time, Dave?
Not too bad.
That's good. Me either.
Yeah, I've had my daughter for like the last 3 nights, and like she's been keeping me on a good schedule. Waking up at 8, going to bed at 2.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
Yeah,
not really. I drug her before bedtime.
Benadryl's your best friend.
No. I give her some melatonin every now and then.
That's good. Melatonin.
The other night I had to because she stayed up till midnight. I was like, damn it, you're going to sleep.
Don't be giving her so much sugar late at night.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't. I'm a good parent about that. I try not to be, one of those guys that like spoils their kids with sweets and stuff like that. I don't really give her I don't really even give her candy. I'll give her I'll give her a sucker every now and then, but mostly it's fruits and vegetables. Mostly fruits. Mostly fruits.
Well,
but but outside of that, it's been all right. I have been kind of falling behind, been helping John with his remodeling of his bathroom, and Susan might be coming home next week.
Awesome.
Might be.
Okay, might be. Hopefully.
Yeah. So we're trying to get this bathroom done before she does. It's going to be nice. Good for her. And hello, Cassie.
Yeah, I hope that comes swimmingly. Hope she comes back home.
What's up, Odd?
Odd, good to hear from you.
Every time I see Odd's name on there, I think of Odd Bods because that's the show my daughter watches. Odd Bods.
An odd name for a show, but okay.
It is. Well, you got to watch it. It's kind of like Minions almost, but they're like little fuzzy creatures. They're like hairy
just
balls.
Rolling off of with the Anytime I hear the word Bods, I just think of the old Bods body spray.
Oh yeah.
That's all I think of now. It's just Bods for some reason. That's just the way it goes.
So we have been gone for a couple weeks now. Last week was just a little bit of an anomaly.
Yeah, weird.
But we had a hell of a end of October.
We did. We had a busy October. End of October.
By the way, guys, if you didn't notice, we were at 2 different locations live, and then one of them we actually just kind of filmed a little thing.
Yeah.
Shot a little bit. And we're going to talk a little bit about each investigation that we covered, and just kind of go through how everything went, some of our experiences. Since I fell behind, I haven't finished the Crescent vlog. It's in the works. It's like halfway done. I know, right? That's what I was thinking.
Where's that turnaround, Dave? Where's it at? I'm waiting for it. It's fine.
I got a lot more footage to go through on this one.
I completely understand. I've been telling people about it at work. We got a really cool EVP, and I'm ready.
Yeah, I am definitely down to put that out there. Hopefully in the next day or two. After the show tonight, I'm going to get back on it and start working on it. Hopefully, maybe I'll finish it tonight if I can get it done by 2.
You don't. It's fine.
But yeah.
Don't overstress yourself. Main thing.
Knock on wood here.
I was gonna say, yeah, absolutely. But all right, so
Odd nose.
exactly, it really can be a
Mm,
chore, and that like even going through like EVP, like just or just recorder, going through the recorders, just
yeah.
so tedious.
Yep.
Going through paranormal evidence is just so tedious.
It is. You have to clear your schedule, clear out a day, and just be like,
Yeah.
all right, I'm going to sit down.
Like, I could be watching a movie, TV show, getting over sickness, playing video games, playing music, singing music. Like I could be doing a bunch of other things, but I'm working, so that's okay.
Mm-hmm. And work gets in the way too.
Yeah, that's true.
Um,
That Garen work.
so let's just start at the beginning, right?
Yep. So we get down to Knoll. Go see you.
No.
Yeah.
Yep.
Go down there and
Um,
hang out. And
yeah, we'd planned this cemetery in particular because if you haven't watched the video, go watch that video. So after this live stream here,
yes.
this cemetery is actually the first place I ever had any paranormal experience at. And I've talked to Charles about it a few times, just telling him, you know, I do tell people about it whenever I get asked about like how I got into the paranormal and everything. It's just part of the process of how I got into it. But it was the sighting of my first paranormal event. Basically, I was out there with a friend. What's the name of the video? Ooh, Charles, you want to pull that up
Yeah, I'll pull it up real quick. I got YouTube ready to go.
while I'm talking?
Yeah.
All right. So I was out there with a buddy of mine, his wife, and his girlfriend, and we were watching Ghost Hunters at his house, and it was like season 2 or something like that, and we were like, what? Wonder if there's anything to this. So his it was actually his fiance at the time. We asked her, if she knew of any places around that was questioned to be haunted, and she was from like a couple towns over, and she's like, yeah, the cemetery out there was supposed to be haunted and all this. So she took us to that cemetery. It was all grown up with weeds. Nothing happened. So we all just kind of left there, and she's like, well, there is this other cemetery. So we went to this other cemetery, which is the one we went to in the video. Do you have the name of that one?
Yep, it's the cemetery vlog #1. I'm actually gonna put the link in the chat.
There you go. So we go there, and we're there like 45 minutes, and we're just kind of scaring ourselves. We're sitting in the car. We walked around a little bit, but we were seeing reflections off of tombstones and stuff like that, and we're all just giving ourselves new willies.
Scaring.
And
welcome.
So we decided to leave. Yeah, thanks, Charles. Thanks, Charlie.
Either way.
Yeah.
So you decided to leave.
So we decided to leave, and as we're leaving, we're about to leave, and Mike's like, hey, stop the car. I want to take one last look around. So I stopped the car right before the exit, and we're sitting there. I start digging through the center console of the car, and while I'm doing that, everybody freaks out in the car, and Mike is like 6'4" and almost 250, and probably heavier. But yeah, if he started freaking out, that freaks me out because obviously what can get him and kill him is going to kill me easily. So they're like, David, drive. So I just looked up, hit the gas, we sped out of there.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
I didn't get to see it, but I was curious. I asked them what happened. They saw like this ball of light coming towards the car. It was bluish in hue, and it had like a smoky tint to it. But it was coming towards the car, and that freaked them all out. And I was pissed. I didn't get to see it. And I'm like, hey, why don't we go back tomorrow night? I want to see this thing.
Yeah.
The girls, of course, said no. Mike was like, all right.
They chickened out.
So Mike and I went back the next night. I saw this ball of light, but it was yellow. I saw it off to my left for like 20 seconds, and it disappeared and showed up in front of us about 40 yards away for another 20 seconds before it disappeared, and we never saw it again. I actually did get a picture of it too.
Really?
Yeah, I got to find it. I need to find that.
How dare you?
I'll show it on the show sometime, maybe next
All
week.
right.
I'll look for it. Did get a picture of it and everything. So I saw that, and at that point I was just wondering, for a long time what it was that we saw. And that kind of spun me into the paranormal thing. But we went back on several occasions, and I had seen mist like out of my peripheral and snapped a picture and actually captured it. And it wasn't like a big fog; it was like stringy mist.
Yeah.
Like I had actually seen like that. Um, we used to do what we've seen on TV. Actually, you don't see it on TV anymore, and I don't know why. So basically, what we would do is get an object, we set it on a piece of paper, trace around it, and leave it in that tracing. So if it moves out of the tracing, then something moved it.
I've done that before.
Yeah, we did that with an Elvis CD. The case did that, and walked around the cemetery that same night. I got that mist, and we came back to that pedestal thing, that big square deal that we were using.
Yeah.
That's where we left it, and came back to that, and the CD case had moved out of the tracing. And we're like, that's weird. We're wondering if the wind could blow that around or something. So we started blowing on it, seeing if it would move it, and it didn't move it. So we're sitting there like just kind of like, what the hell could have moved this, And as we're standing there, both on each side, fucking paper just comes out from underneath and floats down.
Nice. That's what moved it.
Yeah, we're like, how the hell does that happen? So we'd gone back a few other times. We didn't pick up anything because a lot of times when we went there, it was either cold or really moist. And I said moist. And that if your equipment's out in that for too long, it does have an adverse effect on it. Even digital recorders, like it did this number on it where it slowed down the audio to like a.
Well, I mean, we had to fight that too because it was storming and raining before we got there.
Yeah.
And then by the time that we pretty much decided to leave, my shoes were soaked. My socks were soaked. Like I was wet, and I can only imagine.
He was moist.
So I can only imagine how the equipment was feeling too. So it was a little upsetting, but I mean, not really upsetting. It was just like, I don't want to be out of here anymore.
Yeah.
Plus, we had a long day for the next day, so.
Yeah, that was the big thing. Was like we were out there for a little while, and we're like, it is getting damp, and equipment's starting to get a little wet, and we do have to go to the Crescent. So,
but we did have a couple interesting things that had happened.
We did.
So yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, one of the interesting things that happened early that we didn't realize that was as interesting as it turned out to be was the first area that we were in. I had smelled like that sweet smell, like a sweet fragrance. And then towards the end of the evening, like we went back over that area and I had said something to you about that. And you're like, I was smelling that too. It's like, well, shit, why didn't we speak up?
I totally thought it was your cologne. I totally thought it was something you were wearing. But
nope.
That wasn't the only time that I witnessed something and I didn't say anything. So that's my bad.
Yeah.
Being an investigator and I didn't say anything, like didn't point anything out. But that other thing that we saw was we both had seen a light come from a certain direction in the graveyard. Now, this being my first time, I totally thought it was like the house because you had mentioned there was a house. There was something back there. So I totally thought it was a light from the house or something. Nope, not in that direction. Come to find out, you'd seen it too, and that's why you wanted to go over there. But what happened when we got over there?
It was interesting. So I've always said that, like, we've never caught EVPs there.
No.
And, but we've always had, like, weird experiences there. So what happened over there was actually pretty interesting to me, personally. I mean, not just because, I was the only one hearing this stuff, but, so as we're over there, we're doing some EVP work, and, I hear, like, this breathy hay, and it actually came across our audio.
Yeah.
And then like shortly after,
vlog if you want to listen to it.
Yeah, it's on that vlog. I heard like a hey. Charles didn't hear it, so we continued. Shortly after that, I heard a breathy tone of some sort, and again, that picked up. If you need to mute your mic, so you don't gross everybody out with your moist sinuses.
Sorry, everybody.
Today's word of the day: moist. Do you know how to take your camera off in case so you can spit? There you go. I'll continue the story. So, anyway, we're over there. I hear the two breaths, and shortly after, I heard a whistle as well. And every time I heard something, it was just me that heard it. Charles didn't hear anything. And oddly enough, we went over our recorder, and actually, I think we went over the recorder while we were there.
Yeah, we did it in the car.
Yeah, and we had picked it up, and that to me that was pretty awesome. Just being that we never caught anything like audio there before, and that was good to pick up something that validated my experience.
Something that I find very peculiar, though, not just at the graveyard, but even at the Crescent, there was multiple times that you would hear something, I wouldn't hear it whatsoever, even though we were in this like pretty much the same area.
So yeah, and that could be said for just because of experience.
True.
I don't get into the metaphysical or like that whole spiritual nature thing where it's like you have to open up your third eye and release your mantra. I don't know what I'm saying, but like
I feel like if the spirit wants you to hear it, it'll hear it. It'll let you hear it or not.
Yeah, very possible.
Now seeing, that's a different story. But anyways,
now, so we wrapped up that investigation and everything. Went to the Crescent Hotel. Which was a doozy. Cool. Yes. Do you want to show it again?
I mean, I don't have to show. I don't have it on me, which is fine. But so I found this really cool. We stopped at an antique shop, and I found a really neat history book. It was like American History in the New World, I think is what it was called, and it talks about different kinds of civilizations coming to America throughout the 1800s. And I think it's from like 1855, 1854, somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. But the paintings, it has drawings and paintings are filled in. I should say it's drawings with painted lines and stuff filled in.
Colors.
Yeah, it's colored in. And it's the original paintings and colors from back in the 1800s. And the colors are very vibrant.
Yes.
It is. Screw it. I might as well get it. Might as well get it.
They're as vibrant as you.
Yeah.
And this antique shop is no longer open either. They actually were having a sale. So if you're familiar with Eureka Springs, traveling on Highway 62, there is a spot you can stop at that's called Inspiration Point, where you can overlook this amazing scenery.
Here's a cool one. The book's really rough, so just bear with me here. Oh, it even smells like an old person.
Yeah.
So that is a picture of George Washington, and it looks really freaking sweet. Look at the blue on that and the yellow. Oh, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's another one that I really want to show you guys. I think it's my favorite one. If I can find it. It's a big if. What are you looking for?
Oh, no, I was just letting you finish your thing here.
Oh, okay. So I really like this one because it's almost like it was partially done, like it wasn't finished.
Uh-huh.
But you can see the blue, the red, the yellows. Like it's really cool. So let me see if I can. I don't know if that would make a difference at all, but yeah, it's a really neat book, and that was of Montezuma. It was a drawing of Montezuma, and it's even got like a president, some like Spanish history. Like I said, of people coming to America, and that's my extent of diving down, is just figuring out like where it's from and stuff like that. So appreciate lost the audio.
Which video are you talking about, Odd? At 25 or 252? So anyway, yeah, there's a place called Inspiration Point right next to it. There's that antique store. The antique store is no longer there. They were actually going out of business. They were closing down on Halloween of all days was their last day. So I'm kind of upset I didn't have more money that I could like just spend
What is
for
Odd
that.
talking about?
Huh?
What is Odd talking about?
I'm not sure. I'm guessing some video
The director replied, sticking to his guns, stating this is real digital damage. If you want to check 2512, decide for yourselves.
on which
I don't know.
video it is.
Yeah, which video? They lost their footage. Frame shows digital damage. What?
On
What?
what video? What video are you talking about? That's what we're wondering. Um,
And also, Spurrier said he lost audio. Can you still hear Spurrier? Can you hear us now? I should say. Everybody else can hear us, right? Maybe I muted myself earlier.
I have no idea.
All
All right, we'll continue.
right. Anyways, so yeah, we found the book. The antique Inspiration Point was really cool.
I'd like to get into that antique store and investigate.
Video titled "The Departed."
The Departed.
Yes, all good now. Okay, cool. Thanks, Spurrier. Kelly, sorry for the confusion. We were a little confused too. It's okay, but we're back on track. Somewhat. Anyways, so we leave the antique shop. We were actually hoping to find some possibly some like trigger objects we could take to the Crescent.
Right.
Maybe something from the Crescent or like a period, like not piece, but just like a period-esque item that we could take there. But the time was kind of getting close, so we decided to go because it felt like we were kind of just being pulled along on a string of different antique stores that we were going to. So like we went doing, oh, check out this store. Oh, we'll check out this store. It's my girlfriend's. Like, yeah. So we decided to just go ahead and go to the Crescent, and of course,
I was hoping to find something that was from the Crescent.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know.
Yeah, that I
thought that would have been cool.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That would have been amazing. But so we couldn't find anything from the Crescent, so we just decided, obviously, just go to the Crescent.
Yeah. Yep.
And it was busy. There were not a bunch of people,
surprisingly.
Yeah, like for a Monday night or for a Monday, it was pretty busy. So there was several people getting checked in, checked out, bussing, whatever. People going down to Main Street or whatever the strip is.
Yeah, taking tours.
Yeah, taking tours. Dave decided to get some really cool shots of the drone, so that was a lot of fun. We took some pictures. Met one of the concierges there.
Brooks.
Brooks, thank you. I knew.
Shout out to Brooks. I told him we'd shout him out. So shout out to Brooks.
Shout out to Brooks, man. He helped us so much getting us into some places, and it was really nice. I'm very thankful, and hopefully we can connect with him again next time we go.
Gave us some good information about what's going on there too.
Yes, definitely.
Which we'll talk about privately.
Yeah,
I'm not going to openly put it out there.
Yeah, but people we can talk to, people we can't talk to. Anyways,
a little hush hush.
So we get there, get our stuff put in the rooms, get some really cool shots, do some walking around, and then the first night of investigating happens. But sad thing is, with the tours, they didn't pretty much stop till like 11:30, right? Like
about 11:30,
somewhere in there. So we couldn't really investigate a whole lot like throughout the entire night.
Not until that point.
Yeah, exactly. And there weren't actually a ton of people investigating with us. We met a couple like different people, but there weren't a ton of people trying to investigate. So that was nice. I will say, if you want to investigate, go during the week. During the week. And I'm sure the rates are probably cheaper too, and
particularly during the winter hours, the non-tourist season, the rates do drop and there's less people there. So much easier.
And we were told that if people weren't staying in certain rooms, that we'd have a chance to possibly check those rooms out. But unfortunately, the hotel was packed because being the last week of October, the hotel was packed, so we couldn't really go do that kinds of stuff, which is fine. They still let us into the
dining room,
the crystal room,
the conservatory.
Thank you, the conservatory. That's what it was.
Down into the New Moon Spa, like that area. There's a hall that goes there towards the morgue.
Was pretty cool.
And so that first night, The first night was probably the best night for
It
investigating. It
was,
seemed.
yeah.
We started off, as soon as we got out, we noticed immediately when we went out there that like everybody had just disappeared.
Gone. It was so quiet. It was
As
so quiet.
as busy as it was, um, yeah, it was kind of odd that it got so quiet. Um,
It felt like I was in the like to me because I even mentioned it. I was like, it feels like we have the hotel to ourselves. But like what I first initially thought of was from The Shining, where it's literally just them walking through a huge empty hotel. That was
that would be
really cool.
awesome
Oh man, wouldn't it be?
because I know like
Wouldn't it be? Oh,
Ghost Adventures, they had that place shut down. Like they shut it down for I guess a day or 2 days or
that
3 days, something like
would
that.
take some serious money to get that to happen. I'm sure.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, it's got to be amazing to walk through that place all by itself, like totally
Just
empty.
I would okay. What would be amazing is if you just shut everything off, electricity, air
Yeah.
units, everything
Yep.
off. Because sadly, when you're going through this place, you have so much distortion from like all the mechanical stuff working and everything going to keep the place running. And like it just, there's a lot of noise. So you have to really
Yep.
siphon through the noise. And it would just be really cool to hear that place in total silence. Because imagine how many EVPs you're not catching from all the machinery
Yeah.
that's going.
And then you also have an influx of EMF because that is
Oh
an old
yeah,
building. A lot of those old wires are still putting out that EMF.
absolutely.
There's one stairwell that it's the most used stairwell that's there. Um, Along that whole thing is just EMF up and
Oh, it was
down
bad.
all day long, all day, all night. So
Oh,
you got that to avoid.
killing my EDI meter, dude.
Yeah. So we went down to the New Moon Spa. I was showing Charles this one area. The spa had kind of expanded and wiped out these bathrooms that used to be down there. And these two bathrooms, there was both a men's and women's bathroom, but you would actually hear the stall doors opening and shutting, um, which is crazy. And I even caught an EVP out of there at one point, early in my investigative career. Um, a really good EVP, I think. Um, but unfortunately, with the expansion of the New Moon Spa, they pretty much wiped out those bathrooms and walled it off. So those weren't there anymore. But you know, we were still in the vicinity. We tried to start there, investigating, try maybe catching an EVP because I've caught EVPs there. I've seen shadow figures down there.
Yeah,
Um,
it was a good place to
unfortunately,
go to, but
yeah, unfortunately, like all the noise on the first floor just bled down
yeah,
right
you could.
there.
Well, was it the first floor? Was it
Yeah,
the first floor?
yeah.
Okay, because you could, geez, you could hear footsteps literally like right above you.
Everybody in
Plus,
the lobby.
we had a laundry machine going in like one of the rooms like across the way from us, so it was kind of hard to. So, but I mean, at the
Yeah.
same time though, but and here's the thing: we didn't have a lot of footsteps. There was that only time that we had
Well,
the footsteps.
when we went to the that hallway down there, I'm talking about right in front of the New Moon Spa, right there at the bottom of the stairs,
Okay, yeah,
that
yeah,
area
yeah. Sorry,
where
yeah,
the
yeah.
bathrooms were.
This is before the hallway. Sorry,
Yeah,
my bad, guys. Getting ahead of myself.
yeah. So right there at the foot of the stairs. Obviously, there's a lot of bleed through, a lot of
Yeah,
um, sound
and
interference, and
there was high EMF too.
yeah. So I
Next to
mean,
the
it was pretty
laundry.
much ridiculous to do anything right there.
Yeah,
Plus, we had like something dripping in the ceiling,
yeah. It was just
making a loud
tink,
tapping.
tink,
Yeah,
tink.
that was
Like
getting annoying.
very annoying.
So we decided to move. We're going to move down closer to the morgue area, and the door at the end of the hall was locked. So we're like, all right, well, we'll just do this session right here in this hallway. Fortunately for us, it was dead quiet in that hallway.
Just so quiet.
That was so nice.
But like I said, the only thing we had was that washing machine. But it was like far enough away that you could tell
Yeah,
like how much noise it was causing, and it wasn't too loud.
and it didn't even really pick up on the audio.
Yeah, like that's what
So
I'm saying. Like that's you'd have to like really listen for it to hear it.
yeah. So while we were down there, um, we had just gotten started. We weren't in there for very long.
No.
Um, but when we started asking questions and started asking questions about not about Dr. Baker or the morgue or anything like
Yeah.
that, we started asking questions about the women's college, and that's when things started to pick up down there.
Yeah.
We were hearing a lot of these noises coming from both ends of the hall.
It was going seemed like it was going back and forth.
Yeah,
Like
at times it sounded like somebody was coming down the stairs, like right
yeah.
there at the end of the hall.
Yeah, because I remember
And
you went to go check a couple times just to make
yeah,
sure nobody was coming downstairs.
yeah. So, while we're down there, we're doing this, and I heard a whistle, and it was captured. It's very faint on the audio. And then at another point, I heard like a female voice go like that, and Charles didn't hear it.
I didn't hear a single one of these things. I heard like the weird like random like booms or clicks or whatever that happened.
Yeah.
But I didn't hear any audible sounds.
I think I heard a female like maybe 3 times down there. After the second time, I went and set my recorder down closer to the end of the hallway, closer towards the stairs. So I went and set that recorder down, and as soon as I step away from the recorder, there's an EVP that picked up on the recorder that was, to us when we're listening through headphones and stuff, clear as a bell.
Oh, absolutely.
We, even with a little speaker connected to it, we know exactly what it said, and it showed intelligence, which was very impressive.
Because it literally said it as you were doing the same motion of what it said.
Yeah, and we can go ahead and tell. I think we can tell them what it says.
Just tell them.
We'll just tell you what it says, and then when the video comes out, you watch the video and you can judge for yourself.
Yeah.
So I set the recorder down, and on the audio, as I'm walking away from there, you hear a voice say, "Just turned away." Like it was trying to get my attention, and then as soon as I went down there, I turned away before it could do anything. It's like, oh, you just turned away.
Yeah, like you would put the recorder down and then puts it down and then turns around, and as he turns around to come back to the middle of the hallway, it said that. Like
just turned away.
Without missing a beat, just said it.
Turned away.
Yeah. Which we'll talk about the second night too, but yeah, it was very interesting. I'm so glad we caught that. I can't wait to hear it in the video and share it with people.
Right.
So all of you can hear it too. I love EVPs. Like obviously EVPs, I would say, are the most popular thing that people get in paranormal investigating.
But a good EVP is rare.
Yes.
Fairly rare. Yes. I don't want to say it's like extravagantly rare, but it's just like fairly rare.
Like it's clear as day. Female voice, those syllables, like just boom, 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 like just perfect. Oh, such a great recording.
And then later, not too long after that, I think maybe a minute or two after that, we started questioning about the women's college again. Started hearing the noise, and I thought somebody's coming down the stairs, so I went down to the end to check. And as I do, I heard like a whoo sound, like it was near me, like female sound, and I'm like, the hair stood up on my arms. I'm like, I hope to God, like I had the GoPro with me, so thank God that was with me, because it did pick up on the GoPro. That sound actually picked up. So I heard that, and I was like, I hope to God the GoPro picked that up. I was so hoping. So I go back and we did a little bit more investigating, and nothing seemed to happen. So we went back to the room, reviewed the audio, and we were just like beside ourselves at what we had captured. Then we went down to the dining room afterwards and did some investigating,
which was fun. I mean, we caught some noises coming from behind the counter, which we weren't sure if that was from some machinery or if it was natural, like from something. But yeah, you can't tell. Plus, sadly, like I did an EMF sweep throughout the entire like dining room. I was going through like that, the in betweens the table and around the outskirts, and I wasn't getting anything. But then we realized that there were plugins in the floors. there were outlets in the floors. So this one spot that I was sitting, that I thought I was getting EMF activity, because I put the EDI meter on like the corner of a table, And when I'd ask questions, it would actually go off with the questions. So I'm like, oh, this is great. I'm getting stuff. I'm getting activity. This is wonderful. And then come to find out, after a little bit more um, investigating, there was a plugin literally directly below where my EDI meter was going, and it must have had like just some like a surge or something, and some of the EMF was popping up to the EDI meter and making it blip every now and then. So that's a little upsetting, but that's a part of investigating, and that's part of the debunking. So
Now, to play devil's advocate, we did at one point. We were sitting there, and your EDI meter was going off,
yeah,
and I put mine up next to it, and it wasn't going
nothing.
off
Yeah,
while his was going off. So then we switched them, and mine all of a sudden just blips, and that's it.
and then there was nothing for like
They didn't do it
what,
ever.
10
It didn't do it
minutes.
again.
Yeah, there was. So that could have been something. I don't know where it was just interacting with my EDI meter specifically. I don't know, but it was weird. Literally, like mine was right here, his was like touching mine right here, and his was not going off until we switched it, and then his went off once, and that was it. It was just wild. And then it seemed like it would stop every time you got close.
Yeah.
Every time you got close to it, it would just stop.
Let me try something here.
All right.
Boop, 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 boop.
But so yeah, we kept going through the kept asking questions in the dining room. Now, what drew us like because you had seen a shadow figure before, right? Like when you were there before.
So in the dining room, yeah, we've captured footsteps. We've witnessed with our own ears, like somebody walking around in there for about 15 minutes. We've captured the shadow figure sitting in one of the chairs in the dining room, right after the footsteps, which was amazing. While you're in the dining room, if you go up to the actual kitchen part, like where the doors are, they have like this circle cut out in the door, and then you can see the light from underneath. When we were there previous times, like we would see when somebody would pass in front of a door, how they block the light out at the bottom of the door. We would see that, and we've seen that several times. Heard noises come from the kitchen. In fact, we heard some strange noise coming from the kitchen. Which we did end up debunking that, right?
I chalked it up to be an ice machine because I've heard ice machines, or I've worked in the restaurant industry for I would say most of my adult life now, so I know what an ice machine sounds like.
Yeah,
and that to me is what it sounded like, was an ice machine. So
yeah, it was just behaving. It was just going off.
It was weird. Like we would get up close to it, it would stop, and then we'd like move away, and then we'd hear it at a distance again, and we'd come back, and it would stop. And then it would we'd go back away, and then it would start again, and it was weird.
It was just odd, but yeah, I think I'm with you on that as far as it being an ice machine. It was just too loud, too concise,
too perfect.
I'm gonna do this real quick, since no Gusbus. Oh, we got you, Kelly. We got you.
No
good. Want to see some of the drone shots?
I'm excited to see the new one, but I'm a little hesitant as well. So
I'm gonna do this for Odd real quick. I'm just gonna show a little bit of drone footage.
All right, do it. Throw it up there. Sure, peeps would love to see it.
Just for a minute.
Okay, I'll see myself out. You're more than welcome to join us, Kelly. It's fine.
And make bad jokes. I'm kidding, hon. Every paranormal investigator loves that kind of stuff. All right. Let's see if it's going to run smooth on here. Because this is in 4K, guys. This is not going to run smooth. Yeah, it's not going to run.
Oh, man. So what do you have to do? Just like render it, or?
Well, trying to load it on StreamYard here, it's lagged my shit up.
Yeah, you are barely, like, you yourself is just frozen. You look like a picture. Oh, Dave, you're ruining our stream, Dave. No,
no, I didn't know this would happen. I promise. My whole computer is like not wanting to. do anything.
We'll have to upload it and do another thing sometime.
Oh, they'll just see it on the.
I can't see it though. The only video feed we have is just you. I'm not even on there anymore. There we go.
What?
Well, there. For some. Okay, there we go. That's better. Down, light down. Yep.
Oh. All right.
Yeah. No. The picture is incredible. Like it's.
There we go. I just removed it.
That's good because.
Yeah, 4K really screwed that up.
Well, I mean, you don't have the best computing power right now, so
it's not bad. 16 terabyte or 16 gig hard drive.
Yeah, well, it's going with your 4K and streaming us at the same time.
Oh, the web, internet speed. Yeah, no.
It's really killing your laptop.
Yeah, I'm not on a laptop.
Or your whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, whatever.
It's the connection. It's the internet.
It's fine.
You guys will see it on the video. You'll see some of it. I'm actually thinking I'm going to sell some of this. I might try to sell some of this footage to the Crescent Hotel.
That would be really cool. They could use it for
advertisements and shit.
Thank you. Yeah. It's really awesome shots, dude. Like not even just the Crescent, but if you could sell it to Eureka for like come to Eureka, like kind of stuff. But anyway,
like I've got this one shot where it's like this panning around, while like keeping the hotel in the center, panned all the way around the whole hotel, like just flew around. It was awesome.
It's really cool.
And they let me fly the drone in the building, in the lobby,
which was an experience in itself.
It was, yeah. We'll just call it that.
Dave should not have his pilot's license unless it's open areas.
That's true.
Anyways, so pretty much after the dining room, we didn't really do anything else. We were pretty tired. Trying to think.
And actually, that by the end of that, it was probably like 3 a.m.
It was there was nothing going on. We went and talked to the security guard for a little bit, but nothing was really happening. We decided, well, let's go ahead and go to bed because it was time. And so then after we went to bed, we got up the next morning, got around, and then we decided to hit the town a little bit. We actually walked around Eureka Springs, the Strip, and we had lunch at the Basin Park Hotel, which was really cool. Their patio area was awesome. They had a little game room that we killed some time. And
I'm gonna say this. I have to say this. Their food was good at both the Crescent and the Basin. But for whatever reason, why give me the shit end of the stick with a little tiny bowl?
Okay, so
and the most expensive fucking meal.
Let's just tell everybody what. Okay, so at the Crescent Hotel, we decided to have dinner the night before an investigation, and I got spaghetti and meatballs. Right? What did you get, Dave?
I got manicotti.
Manicotti. So I got this huge, just fat guy portion.
It was like a party of 5 plate.
It was huge. It was great. Great times. And then his manicotti came out, and it was just like
3 little taco shells, like fajitas or something.
And the waitress even goes, "I feel like you got screwed on portions." Just calls it out straight up, and I'm like, well, "This is great. This is
horrible."
And then the next day when we're at in Eureka at the Basin Park Hotel, I just get this appetizer plate of nachos, and I'm just like, "Hey, add fajita." Whatever, good time.
Yeah.
And then what did you get? You got this mac and cheese.
I got the mac and cheese with barbecue chicken.
Yeah, it was just
something like that.
I got this huge plate of nachos that filled up the entire plate.
It was
literally a freaking mountain. Here's the plate, here's the nachos.
You had to yodel before you ate it.
Yeah, it was huge. And the server's like, "I can finish everything. I can finish all of it." I'm like, "Okay."
She comes back and looks at him. She's like, "Pussy."
Yeah, she just. Yeah. Anyways, so in my defense, it was huge. So yeah, Dave got screwed on 4 food portions.
I got a small bowl of macaroni with the shit on top. I'm like, I can't win for food.
You couldn't, because I looked at it, I was like, well, you should just go with my recommendations because fat guys always know. Just saying. I'm not.
But anyway. I will say this: our waitress was hot at the Crescent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know you can't say anything, but
I'm not going to say anything either. You can wish and Want all you want, but no.
Oh yes, I can.
She was a waitress to me because I know how that goes in the service industry.
Yeah, I know too.
Well, I mean, you're the one that's single, not me, so no comment here.
So yeah,
Awkward silence.
rest in peace. That
I'm dead.
ass though.
Yeah, you're an idiot. Oh my gosh. She actually. So I took a
Anyway,
couple Snapchat like different filters, and she totally photobombed one of her pictures.
did she?
Yeah, the one I'm pretty sure it's either the one with the horse face, or not the horse face,
Oh,
the
that
weird like
waitress.
nasty face, or the weird one of us like with the hairpiece and the chains. I
That
was
wait.
I was getting we got the moves vibes from that picture, but
I know, right? Eskimo Callboy. Shout out to
uh,
Eskimo Callboy if you ever see this. So what's
yeah,
up?
it was great times. But okay, so after the Basin Park Hotel, we decided, hey, let's just go ahead and go back. We tried to connect with the tour guide that does the underground tour of Eureka Springs.
Yeah,
I think
Steve
he was
Arnold.
closed. We couldn't really find him. So we didn't worry about that. I will say, if you guys are looking to get food in Eureka, make sure you do it before 7 o'clock
Yeah.
on a weeknight because
Yeah.
everything like closes at like 9
Or 8:30.
or 8:30. Yeah,
Oddly enough.
It's so weird. But I mean, it's a weeknight. Not surprised. So the second night of investigating, we decide to talk to one of the like hotel check-in people, and we
Front
just
desk
like
clerk.
asked him. Yeah, we asked him for his experience, and they basically talked about how
He had a
one of
good one.
he did how one of the side doors like opened,
There's that
and
back door.
yeah, and the clothing rack just like fell over. Right.
Oh, no. Well, there was like they were hearing footsteps leading up
Oh,
to that
yeah,
door.
that's what it was.
And yeah, it flung
Yeah.
open
Like
and
we
knocked
we
over a
wanted to
clothing rack.
have them on and like do interviews and stuff during our live streams there, but
Yeah.
due to not complications, but just due to certain things, oversight, nobody was allowed to talk about their personal experiences, which one hand I understand, and then the other hand it's just like it's personal experiences.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
No one's going off of like, oh, this is happening at the Crescent Hotel all the time. Like it, when it comes down, it just
Look,
seems like someone's more worried about money and publicity than letting someone share their personal experience.
you'll let Ghost Adventures come on there and do their shtick, and you won't let people that actually worked there tell you about an experience they had. That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. So,
So,
yeah,
anyways, yeah, we got
the
a
second night
couple.
wasn't
No, the second night wasn't really that active.
at all.
Yeah, really did nothing happened. I mean, he
Got
did
some cool
the
photos.
he got some cool shots. Talked to the security guard. He let us into that
The conservatory.
conservatory, which was a really neat room. We just had to be really quiet because it was right next to a bedroom that, sorry, somebody had rented out. So we had to be really quiet. So we were basically talking like a whisper like this. So it kind of sucked, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you guys will see all that and then some on the video that'll be coming out hopefully in the next couple days.
Absolutely.
I know I keep saying that, but I promise you, it'll be this week.
So let's talk about our third location.
Garnett House. How many of you guys watched the live stream? And be honest here. Just put the letter I in the comments.
Don't have to climb the hills.
That's what they got the trolley for. You take the trolley to the top of the hill and then you just roll down.
If it's just me, I'm gonna ride the motorcycle.
There you go.
No, so our live stream was like what, 4 hours? We had a 4-hour live stream at Garnett.
Yeah.
At least. It was long. That was the longest live stream obviously we've done.
Yeah.
We had my laptop, your tablet, your phone, and my phone all hooked up to StreamYard streaming different areas of the place.
Yep. And it was very interesting. I haven't even watched it because I don't know. I just haven't had time. But I was very curious to like how the audio came through when you're in one location and I'm in a separate spot. Yeah. If how that worked.
Well, people were saying there was not feedback, but there was
Well, I mean when I was down in the basement and you were upstairs.
Oh, if we could hear it.
Yeah, like I wonder how the audio dynamics work because of like what goes on in my background will still come through versus yours, or if they cancel one another out or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Curious about that. But
I mean, it was really cool.
yeah, the so Justin Spurrier, who was just in here, missed out on a incredible night. He did catch part
Well,
of.
I don't know, man. I feel like we could have had more happen if he was there.
That's what I'm saying. He missed out on an incredible night. If he came, yeah, activity went through the roof probably. Um, let's see. So in traditional fashion, when things happened, Charles missed it.
Literally almost every single time. Oh no, shoot. We forgot to mention that. When you went to the dining room to go get the device
I
and
was going to
something
get to
happened
that.
and I was in the okay.
Yeah.
So
Now let's start on the night. On the night,
why? Activity around him?
around
Activity.
Justin, he's talking about Justin.
Yeah, no,
Justin is a
apparently
beacon.
I'll say he's a freaking beacon slash magnet. I feel like maybe now it's not the things that I bring to investigations. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's me where things just don't happen.
No, they don't happen to you.
Yeah, that's fair.
They happen to me. They happen to Justin. Now, if Rob's there, they just don't happen. No, I take that back. They have happened once. One time I've 2 times I've captured anything with Rob there. But
Uh
but Justin was present.
yeah.
So
Kelly, I did go back and watch it. Like I think then either the next day or that night before we went to bed when we ended the live stream. And yeah, it was weird how the light was going just in and out. Like just it was weird. At
yeah.
first I thought it might have been, oh, what was it? Reflection on my hat or something like that. But that was debunked and it wasn't the reflection on my hat. It kept doing it even though it wasn't like there. So yeah, I don't know why it was. I will say, in that time that I was asking questions, it like I was in a not a okay. I purposely did this just to see if anything could happen, but I put myself in that like not REM sleep, but where you're like awake slash asleep kind of thing, just to see if I could maybe connect to something. And I was hoping that would bring a little bit more to it. So maybe that did something with the light. Maybe it didn't do something with the light. I don't know. But I purposely did that just to see if I, because Angel was telling me to connect basically, like to open up and connect and like, or whatever throughout the night. And that's what I tried to do. I tried to open up and that's get into a meditative state and open up. So, anyways,
So yeah, while we're at Garnett, I think right before I don't know, I can't remember if it was right before we went live or it was a couple hours before we went live. I'd run up the stairs
yep.
and heard something, heard like a whistle or something. And I heard it and I was like, "Hey Charles," you're like, "What?" I'm like, just experienced something. You're like, "God damn it!"
First words, of course you did.
Yeah. um.
But before, didn't you? Was the door before that or after?
Oh, that was much after. That was way
Okay,
after.
sorry, gotcha. We'll get to that in a sec.
Um. So yeah, that happened before we even started streaming live.
Yep.
Um. We when we did start streaming live, you were experiencing some things in that in the
The
bedroom
doll room.
with the bookcase.
Yeah, where all the dolls and stuff were.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or most of
Okay.
them are.
So, yeah, when I was asking questions up there, it had felt like, and even Angel had mentioned it. I felt like I kept seeing something like move into the doorway, like over to my left, but it was like it was so faint. I didn't know if it was anything or not. And then she even said like something like I kept hearing noises in that room to the left, which is where that chair is, and it's like got some cabinets and some other things in there.
Yeah, and at this point,
And
I'm in the basement, so I'm nowhere
yeah,
near you.
you're nowhere near me whatsoever. I think you could maybe hear my footsteps go doo, 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 and that was about it. No, you couldn't even hear that. Okay, so I'm upstairs. Dave's nowhere near me, and you guys or people were on the live stream with me. And I even say like, "Hey, I'm hearing things to my left." And Angel, she commented in the things, and it's like it's on your left. And I was like, "Okay, that's crazy how she knew." Like, like I think she actually commented that before I really started mentioning anything about things happening on the left.
Yeah.
So I thought it was interesting that she picked up on that and knew that stuff was coming from the left. And I wasn't getting like a kid vibe. I was getting definitely a male, like a. It felt heavy. I didn't feel too good being up there. My stomach was starting
No.
to feel very uneasy. I didn't want to leave that room. I did not want to. You said to go stand in that hallway, and I'm like, no, there's no freaking way. I didn't want to. I didn't want to move that spot because I felt like this was the only, I guess I would say, comfort that I had was in that space, which is weird because I don't like freaking dolls at all. So having all those like dolls looking at me was just wild. And oh, so before that we had that electric wire move. That
Oh yeah,
that
yeah,
that,
yeah.
that extension cord just like moved out of nowhere.
Now that was we were. I think we were live
Yeah,
on
we
the
were
second
live.
time it happened. We heard it once before,
Yeah.
but we weren't sure what the sound was. And then we heard it again.
We were both in the room and
Like,
it literally happened right next to you. Like
yeah,
literally right to your right.
yeah. Okay,
You,
yeah.
you weren't moving.
So the time
But, like,
before,
we were both.
you had ran downstairs for something,
Yes.
and I was up there by myself, and I heard it, and I didn't know what the hell it was. And then when you came back up, a little bit later, we heard it again, and we
Yeah.
moved stuff, and we figured out it was that damn cord.
Yeah, because we replicated the sound exactly.
Yeah,
which was awesome. It was
I forgot about that.
it was completely random. Like didn't. Yeah, I don't know. It was weird. So yeah, being in that room, I felt like there was something on my left in that other room over there.
You got
And
really defensive when I told you to go out there.
I did. I was not moving, dude. I just everything like normally I'm really not normally like that. I'm like let's go.
It's like you're
Absolutely. I'll
petrified.
go.
Like,
I did not want to move. I did not move. Everything in me was telling me not to move. And it was wild because I had the camera, my phone faced on both rooms where you could see through both doors. And just this left door was just pitch black.
yeah,
You couldn't see anything. You could see that little round blue light from something. Like I think it's some sort of I don't know if it's like
I think it's the internet thing.
Yeah, that's it. And you could see that, but other than that, the room was just pitch black.
Right.
And I did not feel comfortable being up there by myself. I did not like it. So
Yeah.
there's no way. And we didn't even talk about this, and I'm glad we didn't. But there's no way I would have been able to stay in that bathroom by myself. There's no way. Unless later on the night when I wasn't feeling as tense, like I felt just not good.
Yeah, Cassie was really pushing for you to sit in the in that bathroom in the toilet or on the chair in the bathtub.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Odd got to do the phone in EVP
Which
session.
it was great. I thought he did a great job asking all those questions. That was awesome, man. Good job. You did
We
great.
got to pop his EVP cherry.
Yeah.
And
which I don't even know if anything happened from like the EDI meter or anything that you had up there. Or did you have one?
yeah, I think I did set the EDI up there.
Okay.
In view.
So when was it that the first incidents of the door?
Okay, so at one point, so like the tablet camera wasn't running as effectively. Like it kept cutting out, and all the other feeds started cutting out, and it was really weird because once I took that off there, the feeds ran a lot better. So I went into the kitchen to take the tablet off the feed, and as I pass through and I get to the tablet, I unplug the tablet, and then I hear the door just up against the wall, like somebody pushed it and it fluttered against the wall. So I was like, that's weird. So I started checking the cabinet doors. They didn't do it. And I pushed that door, was messing with that door, and I replicated the sound. So fast forward to the morning, we're getting stuff together. And that particular door, we had shut.
Yeah. It was shut. I was sitting in the chair, just getting my stuff put in my bag, looking at my phone.
And I'd been passing through that room because all my stuff was in the other room.
He went through, so it was like a setup room, came through one room. Let's say when he comes through that room, the door is literally over here on his right, my left. He comes through that one room, cuts in front of me, goes into the kitchen, and goes that way.
Yeah.
When you're messing around in the kitchen, and as you come back, we hear a doo, 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 doo. And we both stop and look at each other and we're like, that was the door. Like, just straight
Yeah.
up.
And I
No
walked in
pause,
there.
nothing.
That
Yeah.
door was wide open.
Yep. And of course, we weren't rolling audio, video, nothing. And the
Yeah.
door freaking opened by itself.
And the cool thing about that for me is the fact that I know that Justin and Rob have a video of that door opening on
Yeah.
its own. They
Well,
have it on
and
video.
let's also not to forget to mention is we tried everything to get that
Mhm.
door open. I got probably like this close to the door and just was just slamming my feet into the ground, would not move at all.
Walking
Walking
and
back and
fast
forth, like
sprints.
we were trying to do like air disruption in one room, like air pressure, like opening the door, like nothing happened. It was awesome.
Now you did have to push it to open it.
I
I know you
did have
did
to
that.
just lightly just push it and it opened. Wild.
So
Wild.
why it opened, we can't say why that happened. But for it to happen the night before and then that morning, very interesting. And of course it happens off camera both times. But at least whenever it did the first time, like I had my phone still running so people could see I was not at that door. So if you watch the feed again, go to that point, you'll see what door we're talking about.
Absolutely. I mean, it was a wild night. It was interesting. It was a trip. I'd love to go back.
Oh, absolutely.
I'd love to go
Absolutely.
back and have some maybe like concrete experiences. But some of the stuff you were telling me, like you'd see this figure come out and then come back in, and it was just like,
The stuff that I've witnessed there.
yeah. And then you finally told me like the history of the house, the what's going on, and then the only picture that has anything to do with the actual house.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of creepy.
Yeah, there was the event that I did there for Susan, the fundraiser. We had some people that room that middle room where I had to pass.
Yeah.
Whenever I was packing up and everything. So let me rewind quite a bit here. So there was one night, it was myself, Justin's son, John, and Jason Koopsick. We were all there, and we were using a direct link device. I came up with this idea. I don't know why. I was like, let's try this. This is kind of a cool idea. There's 4 doorways in that center room there. And I put one person in the middle with the direct link device. And then each of us sat in a chair in the doorway in each doorway. So we had nothing to our back. Our back was exposed. We were wide open. And I told everybody to try to focus your energy on the person in the middle of the room and see what comes up. And while we're doing this, everybody was having some kind of experience at some point. And so whenever I did this event with for Susan, I think it was a month ago, 2 months ago, tried the same thing, but I started pulling one person out of the room. We had one extra person than there were doorways, so I pulled one person out of the room and I stuck him in the doorway of that library room right there in the on the first floor, the one with the bookshelf where that painting is.
Mm.
And 3 out of the 4 people experienced a dark figure. 2 of them experienced it rushing at them. One of them seen it like coming at her, but not rushing at her. And it freaked them out, like the amount of tension that they built. And the reason I did that to them was to add the fear element, into the atmosphere, that energy that they're putting out there when they get scared, that energy going out there. Maybe something could use it. And apparently it did. Because not only were they experiencing stuff there, but the people in that main room were experiencing a lot of the same things that Justin, Jason, John, myself, what we experienced that first night of doing it. So very cool. Very cool experiment.
It was wild. It was a great night.
So
I would have loved it maybe there for that, but it's all good. Another time.
Another time. So guys, yeah, let me just say, if you ever want to go to somewhere new, I mean, it's not new, it's 1858, but if you want a new location that hasn't been heavily investigated by a lot of people, place that has easy access to, um, and
Got
if you can,
heaters.
they've
They got
got
heaters
heaters too.
and a working
Um,
bathroom.
the 1858 Garnett House Hotel is a very awesome place. It's in it's my top 3 places
Well,
all time.
and I will say too, they actually have like they got a Casey's down the street, a Dollar General. They got some restaurants. Like it, there is things that you can
Amenities.
get to. Yeah, amenities that you can get to just down the street. So, and it's not far from Kansas City. It was like, gosh, an hour and 20 minutes for me, maybe less than. Yeah, it was like an hour and 13, 14. But it was a good, it was a hop, skip, and a jump is what I'd like to call it. But being my first time being there, I highly recommend going there. Yeah, going to popular places is great, and like, oh, this is where Ghost Adventures had this happen, or Ghost Hunters had this happen. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this been on it, like, cool, don't care. Like,
Yep.
that's what I loved about Malvern too. I loved going to Malvern before it became super popular. And
Yep.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I feel like it's still a great place to go to. I love Malvern.
Oh
I've
yeah.
had some of my better experiences there. But Garnett House, I feel like, much like the Crescent Hotel, has this feel to it when you
It
walk
does.
right inside. You walk into Garnett House and it just something just I don't know. It not necessarily something comes over you, but something's different. And I really like it about the place. Not especially not knowing the history of the place. I'm just walking into a house. I can
Mhm.
definitely feel something very different about this place. So, if you're an investigator looking for somewhere to go, highly recommend Garnett House. Great place to investigate.
So, Monette, odd if you can get me contact information, I might see what I can do. I'm not too far
Up at the
from
base,
there.
and I actually to me Monette's not that far, so I'd love to
Yeah,
go
see.
check it out. Well, Tunnel always wanted someone to run some equipment through it just to see. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, we enjoyed doing the lives
Oh
on here,
yeah, that was a lot
going
of
to
fun.
places. We really enjoy doing stuff like that. We like doing stuff like that with you guys. Something else that we're going to start doing on future shows uh, are some games. We're going to do some things that kind of play along with the conspiratorial, the paranormal, and stuff like that. But we want to make this fun and more interactive with you guys. So we're going to do
Yeah,
some games in the future, kind of like we did the Mandela Effect card game that you've got.
which there's still plenty of those to go through, so that's definitely coming
Exactly.
back. I promise.
Yes. The
We should
Mad
do game
Libs.
night.
We'll be doing Mad Libs on here with you guys,
Be a lot of fun.
which, yeah. Um, so that's some new stuff that we're gonna have cooking for you guys. We're also working on putting together a Patreon page for our Boogeyman Radio After Hours, which is
Yeah.
basically going to be this show continued after this stream. So like
Yes.
this show will go for an hour, and then once the stream ends, a new stream will start for our patrons, which will continue the show, and we'll dive a little bit further into things, play more games, do some more cool stuff. So there'll definitely be a lot of perks that'll come with that.
And we're definitely going to have a. I feel like eventually we will have a Spreaker. That way we can have some more traffic, or we can get out to more accessibility. Plus, if you're traveling in your car, we understand if you can't watch the video. Plus, if you don't have YouTube TV, you can't close your phone,
Yeah,
or whatever to just listen to us unless you have YouTube TV. So that would be another good thing to have. We are on Twitter. We've got Facebook, and which
yep.
another thing we should mention too. Facebook doesn't like us very much. Our Facebook page, anyways. We try to share things like just when we share something to our Facebook page. Like if we post in the Boogeyman Radio, for some reason, even though we have almost 500 people following us with the notification turned on, it only reaches maybe 5-10 people,
Yeah,
maybe.
it's crazy.
So it's really like Facebook wants you to spend money on ads for your own people that follow you. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
So if you see one of our posts, if we share it and you guys see that like Dave and I share a post from Boogeyman Radio page, please, we would definitely really, really, really appreciate the share too. We're not saying you have to, just if you could, that'd be awesome. And also
And
one more thing, make sure to heart the post.
yes,
Don't just like it, because if you just like it, it
the
actually
algorithms.
help us.
It doesn't trigger any algorithms if you
Yeah.
like it. It will trigger if you heart it. So
Yes.
be sure to heart any post you see.
Yes, the hearting is what goes a long way.
Metaverse.
So I highly, yeah, geez, no kidding. So yeah, that's all I've got for now. We do appreciate you guys following us. This means a lot to us, and we're gonna have a lot more in the future.
Yep. Well, with that being said, I think it is our time tonight.
Yeah, we're 15 minutes over. Geez,
15 minutes over.
which
So,
we didn't even get to talk about the dancing plague. So we're gonna do that another time.
yeah, potentially next week we'll talk about the dancing plague and some other oddities throughout history. How about that?
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
History oddities. That'll work. That's our topic.
Historical oddities.
That'll be our topic for next week, and we hope you guys enjoyed this welcoming back. And if you haven't noticed, our background is different. It's awesome. And so, yeah, guys, we will see you next time. Same time, same place. All that jazz. Be safe out there.
Peace.
Wear protection.